for this video, I will be going over some tips and tricks to help improve the performance with Impulse. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm connecting the software here. I'm going to go to the setup window to show you a few different ways you can improve the signal quality and click detection. So if you watch our tutorial videos, you'll know that what we're looking for when you click is a spike showing up before the click, as you're seeing here. Now, if you notice, if I move this little joint on my finger, you don't really get any signal activity. And that's because the muscles that Impulse is looking at assist with finger flexion at this joint. They're basically sort of connected between this link in your finger, this phalange, and the hand itself. So you won't see those activations significantly come up when moving this joint of your finger, but you will see them on this larger joint. So how does that relate to actually activating Impulse when clicking? That means you actually want to be applying force to the mouse button with this joint here. So as I click down, you'll see that I'm getting the spike showing up before the click because I'm moving from this joint here. If I move from this joint here, the signals are much smaller. And in fact, on many clicks, you don't really see any significant activity at all. So that's one thing to note, moving from this larger joint on your finger. The next thing to note may be the way you hold the mouse. So if I click down and my finger is really close, is just clicking straight down from that MCP joint here, depending on how you hold the mouse, you may not actually get very strong activations when you click down here. But if I move my index finger, watch where I move it, slightly towards the outside of the mouse, and then click down, you'll see there's a significant improvement in the power and how big those spikes are before the click. So it's just a matter of moving your finger over half a centimeter or half an inch or so to the outside of the mouse and then clicking down, and you'll get that larger activation of those intrinsic muscles in your hand, which is what Impulse is looking for when you click. The major tips that we covered in this video are, firstly, not clicking from this joint and actually clicking from this. For some users, this may be a change, so it might be something you have to get used to. And for others like myself, this is how I naturally perform the click action. And then the second major tip was finger placement on the mouse. So I usually play with my fingers spread out a little bit more over it, and as a result, I get that clear activation of that left click where you can see those spikes show up really clearly, as opposed to really close to the center where if I click down, I see much smaller activations.